Hello and welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel.
Israel will face a significant shortage of communication satellites in the coming years due to an explosion of the Amos 6 satellite earlier this month. SpaceX's unmanned Falcon 9 rocket exploded on September 1st during pre-launch tests at Cape Canaveral in Florida, taking the Amos 6 with it. To make matters worse, Science Minister Ophir Akunis explained to a meeting of the Knesset Science, Technology and Space Committee that Israel's space program lacks the necessary funding to develop the Shalom satellite, a joint venture with Italy set to become operational in 2021. Akunis appealed for additional state funding, warning the international sales of Israeli satellites are all but non-existent. Before its explosion, Facebook had planned to use the Amos 6, built by Israeli company Spacecom, to beam high-speed internet to sub-Saharan Africa. The Amos 6 was the largest and most sophisticated satellite ever built by Israelis. The Israeli government took harsh criticisms in court today for its failure to implement a ruling to make arrangements for non-Orthodox worship at the Western Wall. High Court of Justice President Miriam Naor said enough is enough, referring to the government's inaction on the matter. She criticized the failure to make changes despite a pledge by the government to make the mixed-gender prayer space at the holy site. Naor also took the occasion to criticize the prosecution for coming to the defense of the government's foot-dragging over the last 8 months. In 2013, the Women of the Wall activist group and the conservative and reform movements filed a motion against the site's custodian, the Western Wall Heritage Foundation. The motion argues that it does not represent all sects of Judaism and excludes women. The court sent a broad message to the government to start implementing the plan on the south side of the Western Wall Plaza immediately. A 92-year-old woman who worked as a radio operator at Auschwitz has been ruled unfit to stand trial. She was charged as an accessory to the murder of 260,000 people at the Nazi death camp. The court in Kiel, Germany said on Friday that the woman identified only as Helma M. was almost completely blind and deaf. The court goes on to explain that a serious illness she suffered from this year had left her physically, mentally, and emotionally unfit for legal proceedings. A spokeswoman for the court said in a statement that judges had ruled that the woman did not fulfill the basic conditions necessary to take part in an enduring trial process. Germany is holding what are likely to be its last trials linked to Nazi-era crimes, with the alleged perpetrators now either deceased or extremely aged. The family of an Ethiopian-Israeli man held in Gaza by Hamas demonstrated in front of the Prime Minister's Jerusalem residence Sunday night. Sunday, September 11th marked for them the 2-year anniversary of the disappearance of their son. 30-year-old Avraham Abra Mengistu of Ashkelon suffers from mental illness and was exempt from serving in the IDF. He's believed to have voluntarily climbed over the security fence between Israel and Gaza in September of 2014, and has not been seen or heard from since. Hamas said that it is holding Mengistu as well as a Bedouin Israeli man who is also allegedly mentally ill. 2 Israeli soldiers, Lieutenant Hadar Goldin and Staff Sergeant Oron Shaul, both killed during 2014's Operation Protective Edge, are also believed to be held by Hamas. Mengistu immigrated with his family to Israel in 1991 when he was just 5 years old, and his family is also appealing to the international community to intervene with Hamas in Gaza.
That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you tomorrow with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.